Welcome back, everyone. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and President Joe Biden are struggling to get support on their debt ceiling agreement that was made over the weekend. This is more Republicans have come forward saying they will vote no on the legislation. Many have taken to social media to explain their dissatisfaction with the deal, such as Senator Rand Paul, who tweeted, quote, "Fake conservatives agree to fake spending cuts. Deal will increase mandatory spending about 5%, increase military spending about 3%, and maintain current non-military discretionary spending at post-COVID levels. No real cuts to see here. Conservatives have been sold out once again." Joining me now to react, Dr. Dave Brat, Dean of Liberty University School of Business and Economic Advisor to Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin. Dr. Brat, thanks so much for being back with us. It's great to have you.
You bet. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. So, can you break down this debacle for us? Corporate media headlines are saying there is some agreement reached, and obviously Republican members of Congress are not sold on the deal. Tell us what's going on here, and has what's been proposed, ultimately resulting in the short end of the stick for one of the teams? Tell us all about it.
Nope. We're on the path to $50 trillion in debt in 10 years. This was supposed to ease some of that burden. It eases nothing. We're still at $50 trillion in debt after 10 years. So the worst absolute case scenario, we hit it. Just to catch everybody up, in 2019, back in normal times with still too much spending, the budget was $5 trillion. The next year in 20, it was $7.5 trillion. Then $7.5 trillion, now $6.5 trillion. And what we just did is locked in that budget, the COVID emergency crisis, spend everything you got. We're not going back to 19. We just locked in the most massive budget you can imagine. So on top of that, the debt ceiling allows another $4 to $5 trillion in spending. So that's stimulative. And you're going to go into debt. So guess who prints the money? The Federal Reserve. Well, so if you print $4 to $5 trillion in even more money, you get inflation. All that money is crowding out the real economy, the private sector. So you're going to get slow growth. Productivity is already down to 1%. It used to be, 5 or 6% back in the 80s under Reagan, et cetera. And so the real economy is going to be pumped up and juiced up again with another $4 trillion of stimulus, creating the stock market bubble. It'll just keep it going. And so it's just a total disaster for the real economy. And of course, your wages will go down because economic growth is going to go down. So that's it in a short version.
Wow, it's just absolutely out of control. Now, Representative Jamal Bowman, I guess, had some issues with the proposed bill in Congress. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Number one, we need to stop drilling for fossil fuels completely. But number two, we need an expedited way to get us to clean, renewable energy, or we will continue to have these severe weather events that we have been having for quite some time and because of the warming of the planet.
What is this? Are these a realistic list of demands?
No, it's shocking. The left, and these views are just my own, just got $4 to $5 trillion more dollars to play with. Not one major policy went through. The SNAP and TANF stuff, he just only refers to single adults who are able to work with no kids, and they expanded it from 50 years to 54 years old. And there's an exception if you're homeless. So guess what folks are going to do, right? And then the drilling, you just can't believe when you're talking about, the United States budget, someone has a complaint about one pipeline. We're talking about the breakdown of our entire economic system here. Mm-hmm. And I just don't think the folks get it. And if the folks care really, truly about the poor, you don't want to devastate the economy and productivity and wage rates for black, brown, and blue-collar workers, which is what this continued government expansion will do. There won't be any real jobs left.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.